Routine R3. A wonderful way of having the experience of thokar. The advanced form of thokar is the thokar repeated various times while holding the breath. In the past I have experimented it in different variations, but the outcome was never good, save for the form that I am going to describe here. Routine 3. Times breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Times first Omkar Kriya. Times cross-shaped pranayam. Times third Kriya, advanced form of thokar. Times savasana. Explanation. After the sequence of all the preliminary techniques and after a small number of repetitions of first Omkar Kriya, 12 to 24, let us consider the following procedure. Cross-shaped pranayam. Practice some breaths in the following way. When you inhale, feel a movement of energy that goes from the left part of the body toward the right part. During exhalation, feel a movement of energy from the right part of the body toward the left part. To this breath, a classic Kriya breath follows. The energy moves upwards during inhalation and downwards during exhalation. Go ahead alternating the two ways of breathing. You need only 6 couple of breaths to clearly feel the location of the Anahata Chakra. Practice 18 couples of breaths. The last couples of breaths must be very subtle. Now let us describe the following technique, which is a real jewel. Third Kriya, advanced form of thokar. Moderately contract the muscles at the base of the spine. Inhale and at the same time raise the awareness along the spinal column. Interlaced hands are placed over the navel to create a mental pressure over the first 3 chakras. This pressure is perfected by adding the practice of Uddiyana Bandha. During the inhalation, lift the chin following the inner movement of the prana, mentally chant Om in each chakra. Or you can mentally chant the syllables of the Vasudeva mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om is chanted in the first chakra, Na in the second, Mo in the third, Bha in the fourth, Ga in the fifth, and Ba in Bindu. Hold your breath. After the just described inhalation, move your head a few millimeters to the left, then return to the center with your chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face to the right. The chin goes down a bit to get closer to the front of the right shoulder. There should be no stress in this movement. Mentally chant Ti at the top of the right lung. Then slowly move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing Wa at the top of the left lung. The syllable Su is vibrated in the center of the heart chakra while directing the chin near the center of your chest with a rapid movement. This produces a hit, thokar, in the center of the heart chakra. Do not exhale. Repeat Datte Vasu procedure. Repeat means raise your chin and focus for an instant your awareness to Bindu where you vibrated the 6th syllable Ba. Move your head a few millimeters to the left, then return to the center with your chin slightly up. Without stopping, turn your face to the right, vibrate Ti at the top of the right lung. Then move your head to the symmetrical position by mentally placing Wa at the top of the left lung, then practice again thokar on the heart by vibrating Su in it. Repeat and repeat, Te Vasu, Te Vasu, Te Vasu. Feel the irradiation of light increasing, maintaining the state of Kumbhaka. Keep it until you feel that it is correct to stop and exhale. To give an idea of the speed of the movements, the entire process from inhalation to exhalation with 12 repetitions of the rotation of the head, each rotation concluding with the movement of the chin toward the chest, lasts around 80 seconds. This technique is to be practiced once a day. A first counsel to increase comfortably the number of rotations traditionally. One begins with 12 cycles of the head movements unhurriedly during one single breath and increases by 1 every day up to 200 repetitions. This Kriya is considered mastered when one reaches 200 rotations without interrupting the Kumbhaka state. It is imperative not to feel uneasiness. Do not force is the pressing recommendation. Now, how is it possible to achieve the goal of 200 rotations without interrupting the Kumbhaka state comfortably? Satisfying this request appears very difficult, almost impossible. Almost all Kriyabans are jammed after 30 to 40 repetitions. Why gasping for breath? Does the solution lie in going ahead rotating your head much more quickly? No, this would be silly. Please consider what I am explaining now. When you feel you have neared your limit holding your breath, while keeping the chest expanded and the abdominal muscles and diaphragm contracted and immobile, let a minimal, almost imperceptible, sip of air go out whenever the chin is lowered toward the chest, and let an imperceptible sip of air enter whenever the chin is brought up. Do not do any specific act of inhaling or exhaling. Relax and allow this phenomenon happen of its own accord. The sensation will always be of not breathing at all. In other words, if you want to go ahead comfortably with this practice, you must give up the idea of keeping a perfect kumbhaka while trying to reach the 200 rotations goal. The counsel to renounce a perfect kumbhaka is strange, but if you go ahead with this and repeat it a sufficient number of times, usually it's a matter of a couple of months, one day you will make a beautiful discovery. This strategy is no more necessary. Thanks to the effect of this practice upon the ganglia exerting an influence on the central cardiorespiratory mechanisms, the practice happens in better and better conditions, until one day you will be able to complete the 200 rotations without breathing and without hurry. You will experience a state of consciousness characterized by heightened feeling of freedom from physical laws. It is a matter of inner realization, an instinct which is discovered in time. The advice that I have given can seem a desecration, however, it works. All this was already explained in chapter 8, and is given here for your convenience. Please consider the following counsel to be applied before starting your third Kriya. Before starting the third Kriya procedure, inhale slowly and steadily through your nose and at the same time pull in the stomach and lift up the perineum. While inhaling, mentally repeat Om, Na, Mo, and raise the prana to the upper part of the lungs. Then partially relax the muscles of the thoracic cage as if you were going to begin a new inhalation. Focus your attention on the upper part of your rib cage. A part of this attention goes to the base of the spine. Mentally chant Om, 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 rapidly, about 2 chants of Om per second, feeling your awareness like an ant crawling up the innermost channel of the spine millimeter by millimeter from Muladhara upwards. After no more than 4 to 6 seconds, you'll have reached the heart chakra. Go up further, in the region between the 4th and the 5th chakra, the region related to the upper part of lungs and chest. You will perceive a real, tangible freedom from the breath. Be sure to feel prana pervade the rib cage and become calm and stable there. Well, taking this as a basis, utilize the best attitude you have to reach a real, tangible freedom from the breath. Remain stable in this state, without ever letting the abdomen and the rib cage relax and the prana slide down. In this mental and physical state, apply the first counsel given before and practice your third Kriya. You will discover how beautiful and comforting is the experience of rotating your head, with te, wa, su, while the breath seems frozen in the thorax region. Savasana. After practicing this method for at least a couple of weeks, something very strong could happen in your spine. Let us suppose that, after a good practice of Kriya, you have the opportunity of being alone for about half an hour, locked in a room where no one can reach you. Relax in the Savasana position and enter the state of deep sleep, Turiya. Suddenly an extensive, yet intense beauty is in front of you but somehow distant as within a kind of ideal horizon. You feel that beauty, you recognize it and feel limitless joy. Your reaction is crying of nostalgic longing. The joy intensifies and you are not able to bear it anymore because it becomes like an aching pain. You are aware that your time to merge with that beauty has not yet come. You return to reality with tears in your eyes, tears of joy and burning devotion. My worship is of a very strange kind. Holy water is not required. No special utensils are necessary. Even flowers are redundant. In this worship, all gods have disappeared, and emptiness has merged with euphoria. Lahiri Mahasaya. Our 3 final comment. In this routine we have faced the delicate process of experiencing a long kumbhaka. I gave you a particular counsel how to proceed with delicacy. Soon after my initial footsteps in yoga, I studied shortly after the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali commented by T.K. Tamni. I was spellbound from his annotations. Among the other things he recommended to be prudent with the kumbhaka. Those words made me understand that I had among the hands a powerful tool of spiritual evolution. Kumbhaka affects the flow of pranic currents in a very marked and fundamental manner and enables the yogi to gain increasing control over these currents. Not only is kumbhaka the essential element of real pranayam, but it is also the source of danger in the practice of pranayam. The moment one starts retaining the breath, especially after inhalation, in any abnormal manner the danger begins, and one can never know what it will lead to. Kumbhaka unlocks the doors of unexpected experiences and powers. If it is taken up without the necessary preparation and guidance, it is sure to lead to disaster. I have always followed his admonishment, and I hope that the reader of these notes wants to follow it. We will never try to hold back the breath in abnormal way. Our holding will be always very prudent.